Welcome back to another episode of Now the Dressing Room, formerly known as Coochie Conversations. And we do want to dive a little bit into why we changed the name of the podcast and what the reason for that was. Let's start by pouring a glass of wine because it's been a long time coming. Y'all been waiting for another episode. We've been dying to get back behind the camera, and we're finally here. So we're happy to have you all back. Thank you all for your patience, and we look forward to many more episodes with you all. Let's pour this wine. You want to pour it when we pour it?
Oh, I can pour it.
All right, go ahead. You can pour it. Can you get to it?
Trying to.
And we got this wine from Cooper's Hawk, a restaurant that we frequent a lot. This one is called Romance. We thought it was perfect for the topic that we're going to talk about today. Give me some. Let me make sure mine is about the same height.
Yeah.
I don't want people thinking I drink more than you do. You want toast? Let's toast.
Toast.
Woo. Tap.
Yeah, I'm millennials. Now, if you like sweet wines, you'll like this wine.
Mm-hmm. I love sweet wines.
Yeah, this is a great sweet wine. It's really smooth. Honestly, the first time I tried it and I swallowed it, well, for me, it tasted like drinking love. It really did. It was so smooth and it tasted so good. It was like,
Mm-hmm.
So that's my take on this for y'all that might want to know.
I would say if you enjoy sweet wines, this is your go-to wine. I love the fact that it's called Romance because it's like, wow, that's perfect. But very, very sweet. I'm more of a mid wine type of girl.
Yeah.
And I prefer a little closer to the drier side. But this is a very nice wine. And I love red wines in general, so that's good. You say you ready to talk about this name?
Yep, let's talk about the name change. We changed it, and it wasn't because we didn't like Coochie Conversations. It was more so, it just didn't really go with where we were going with the podcast, right? And it was almost uncomfortable to even when people would ask, well, what's the name of your podcast? Because when we said the name, people automatically was like, they referenced it to, of course, the name and sex or whatever. So it wasn't balancing out for us based on what we were trying to deliver on the podcast.
Right.
Basically.
When we first came up with it, it was more so okay, cool. You know, that sounds nice. Women talking X, Y, and Z. But what we quickly realized was when you're branding yourself and you're playing around with words like coochie and things like that, it can be looked at as very distasteful. So we decided to change it. Now moving forward, I fell in love with the dressing room the minute we came across it. It speaks volumes. The dressing room has a deeper meaning than most think that it has. With me, I was like, you know what? This really resonates because when you think about when you enter into the dressing room, you got to strip down, take what you have already on, take it off, and replace it with something new. So here at the dressing room, we are trying on new perspectives, one conversation at a time. And I love the tagline because literally that's what we sit here and do. Exactly. I'd be like, well, look at it from this perspective.
Exactly.
Well, change, think about it like this. So the dressing room really resonates with what we have in store for the podcast now and in the future. So I love it. And we hope you all love it as well. We got some updates.
Yeah, we have a new day that we will be releasing the podcast. And what day is that?
So we will be releasing the podcast every week now. Woo.
Every week.
It'll be every week. You all was making it seem like we was taking too long for an episode.
Right.
So every Sunday at 5 o'clock, you will all be getting a brand new episode. So look forward to that. Also, we didn't completely get rid of Coochie Conversations, okay? Coochie Conversations will still be a segment when needed, because we still got to talk about sex. We still got to talk about the girls. We still got to talk about relationships. So Coochie Conversations will still come into play when we get the ball rolling with some of those topics and those conversations. Right?
Yes.
All right.
Definitely.
Another thing that we had added was tailored talks. Don't let that go over your head, okay? Really think about that when it comes to the dressing room. But tailored talks is something that we added for people to be able to write into us and ask us about a situation that may have occurred that you may want advice on. So now we'll be offering our listeners a chance to write into us personally. Let us know what your issue is, and then we'll answer publicly on the podcast our advice or our take on your situation. So don't forget about tailored talks. That'll be something very, very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too. And it can be any topic, any topic. And if you want to be anonymous, just let us know when you send us your letter. So if you don't and you want your name said, let us know.
I'm snitching, so you better put anonymous.
But yeah, I think that's going to be great.
All right, so let's dive into the topic for today. And as y'all can see, we got our red on. We got our new setup. I love it. I love the emerald green, the white, the black. It's amazing. But I feel like with us sitting here with this red on, it's really giving us a little pop going on.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pop of red. Mm-hmm. So, whose holiday is it? Whose holiday is it?
Women or both?
We're going to be talking about Valentine's Day to y'all. And we want to start off with our first question is, how do you feel about Valentine's Day? Do you celebrate it? Why and why not?
I don't celebrate it. For me, I've always thought it was just another holiday to spend money unnecessarily. You know, in my relationship, we always did things for each other throughout the year. So we just saw no reason to celebrate each other that one day or take that day to celebrate each other when we do it all the time. It was just a waste of money. You're out in the restaurants, they're crowded. It's just too much. I don't like it. I mean, that's my take. And in my marriage, my relationship, you know, before we were married and once we were married, we both agreed on it. Now, I know everybody won't agree, you know, in relationship, but we both agreed on it and it worked for us. It wasn't a holiday that we were going to celebrate or we ever celebrated. I was okay with it. He was okay with it. You know, we did random stuff. We went out every Tuesday, or, you know, or he would go be out shopping for himself, bring me. So Valentine's Day wasn't never a big day. I will say this, it was a big day when I was a child because we got to get all the, you know, candy and, you know, your mother bought you that pack of 30 with the envelopes and you took them to school. That was fun for me as a child. But as I got older, my perspective of it changed.
Okay. Well, for me, I used to celebrate Valentine's Day. I enjoyed it. As a kid as well, I celebrated Valentine's Day. We took our Valentine's Day cards to school, and you always put an extra lollipop in there for that one boy that was the one you liked. You had to throw an extra lollipop in there so you can know it's real. Yeah,
You got extra.
You got an extra Jolly Rancher, so act like you know. You know what I mean? So, but now, today, in my relationship, we don't celebrate Valentine's Day. We decided, I'm going to say he decided and I went along with it. You know when you're really in a relationship where the man leads and you follow and it's like, okay, that makes sense. He had brought it to my attention because we were together before now, of course. And the beginning of our relationship, we celebrated. And I would get big teddy bears and these huge cards and all types of stuff. And for me, it was like, ooh, you know, I got to give that. I was excited about it. We celebrated. It was fun. And then there was that one time I thought he didn't get me nothing. Or no, he had brought something home and it was like a small little teddy bear. And I felt shorted because what's this? You cannot shower a girl with these big extravagant gifts and then think that this is going to work. Not me anyway. Come to find out, I would jump to conclusions, and he had decorated my car with all these little sticky notes and everything, and he had stuffed the car with all these bears and stuff. Long story short, no, that's neither here or there. I had jumped to conclusions. Y'all want to know how fast I jumped to conclusions? Watch this. Exactly. I had jumped to conclusions way too soon because he had still did what he had always did. I just didn't see it yet. Anywho, today in our relationship, we don't celebrate Valentine's Day, and the reason behind it is similar to what my mom said. He literally gets me flowers on a regular basis. We have our own home. We don't need to rent a room. We got a room that we pay for every month. And when you're romanticized all throughout the year, this one day really doesn't make a big difference. So you mean my tank is filled up, the bills are paid, we can go to dinner, chocolates, flowers, these things, I'm being romanticized on a daily basis. So we don't look at Valentine's Day as, oh, you better show up today.
Right.
Type of thing. So we don't necessarily celebrate Valentine's Day. I will do something maybe with my daughter, with my kids or something like that, but it's not a big deal. I'll be at work. You know what I mean? I'll be at work. My next question is, do you feel like Valentine's Day is just for women or for men and women?
Well, on my take on not celebrating it, I don't think it's really for anybody. I mean, it seemed like, let's just say, growing up, from what I saw, it was more so for women. Men came home. If I saw anybody do anything with a man, he showed up with flowers and, that big chocolate container that had all them chocolates in it where you bite into them. You don't know what you was going to bite into, which I think is the worst gift ever because that's just nasty. I need to know what I'm biting into, what's going in my mouth. I've never liked that.
Oh, now you need to know.
I need to know. I want to know exactly what I'm putting in my mouth. And I just think whoever idea that was, I don't know what they were thinking. But so more so women. But as I've gotten older and I've seen things change, I've seen it kind of balance out. And men seem to want just as much as women. So my perspective, I don't care either way. But it seemed like it would be more so the man showering the woman, with his love and appreciation for all that she does all year, just being a woman.
Valentine's Day is for girls, okay? Let's get that clear. Valentine's Day is for the women. Everything that you see that's marketed is pink, red, flowers, teddy bears, and chocolate. It's for the women. Argue with your mother, okay? It's for women. And that's just how I feel about it, and that's where I'm standing.
Stand on it.
I'm standing on it.
Okay.
Granted, I don't celebrate it, but if somebody asks me, whose holiday is it, it's for the women. Get that girl something nice. Don't be saying that you ain't give me no watch. I ain't getting nothing. I should have got some cologne. Sit down.
I got a question.
Girl, no one asked.
I got a question.
What's the question?
So, if you're going to celebrate it with your children, do you just celebrate it with your girls and not your boys?
No, I said,
I mean, if you were going to give out a gift or something,
No, I celebrated when I recently celebrated, it was just with my daughter. That's who I had that day. But I feel like you can celebrate it with both, your son and your daughter. But those are my kids.
No, I understand that. But if you celebrate it with your son and he gets used to celebrating Valentine's Day and he gets older and he's used to receiving something or celebrating it, he may grow up to feel like, do you think he would grow up to feel like he wants to celebrate it and be showered with gifts?
If I celebrate it with my son, I'm going to tell him, you need to go and find mommy a nice gift and go get me something.
I like that. You're going to teach him.
Go get your sister something.
Yeah,
something like that.
I like that.
Now, I think.
I was just wondering how y'all would see it now, because I know, millennials kind of see things a little different than we did. Now, that's some people my age probably see things different than I do, because I know
I
a
think
lot of
it
people my
really
age love to
depends.
celebrate it, but
Because it's not that I
you
wouldn't take
know,
my son out on Valentine's Day and go get something to eat. But it would be something that I feel like I would more so do with my daughter.
yeah, yeah,
So I don't know. I wouldn't just exit out to do something with him. But I think because it's not something that we do on a regular basis, he don't have it in his head that, oh, somebody need to be getting me something too. Yeah,
right,
no.
yeah,
But
okay,
if we do like a photo shoot, we all got on red and you know what I mean, maybe something like that. But I'm not
yeah.
getting him chocolates and roses and teddy bears. So
That was another reason why I loved it, because I love chocolate. I've always been a chocolate lover, but again, that chocolate heart with all them different candies in it, get rid of that.
so we wanted to know, is Valentine's Day about just celebrating love in general? Or is it about romance? Like your spouse, your husband, or your wife? Even though we kind of researched a little bit before we started talking about this topic, and it don't really say where it originated from or what it's
Yeah.
supposed to be about. But what's your take on it?
And even what we read was a little creepy. But we're not gonna go into that. My take, and this is in this new era that I'm in, let's just say maybe within the last maybe 5 years, my perspective on it now is it's about love, not necessarily romance. That's how I see it. That's how I would celebrate it. Like I could celebrate it with my daughters or a group of friends or by myself. Right. It's about me, how much, because I think because I feel like the greatest love is self-love. So if I'm going to celebrate it, that's what I'm going to celebrate. And it may sound selfish to some people, but yeah, I'm going to celebrate me and the love I have for myself, the love I have for my daughters, my friends. But, needing it to be about romance, a night, a day we get together and do what? What we've been doing all year? We've been going out to eat. We've been having sex. What are we doing different on that day? What do you do different on that day that you don't do all year? And if you're doing something on that day that you don't do all year, you need to reevaluate your relationship.
She said it, not me. Yeah, I thought I was feisty.
I mean, I'm just saying, it makes sense.
I think it takes certain people to word it that way so people can look at it that way. Because it wasn't until I said it like that to a group of my friends and it was like, that makes sense. But I do honestly feel like your relationship should be romanticized on a daily basis. And not saying that every day got to be about flowers, but make it a constant thing to celebrate your spouse, your girl, your situationship, your little piece on it, whatever it is. Make it a thing to romanticize them on a regular basis. That way, Valentine's Day is just another day.
Yeah. And they're not looking forward to it, expecting a lot of gifts and just get a teddy bear, losing it, because they get it all year. And again, like she said, we're not saying go out, shop every day. No.
Were you being shady?
No.
See how fast people lie?
And it wasn't shade.
That was.
It was truth.
Shady.
It was true.
And the truth can be very shady depending on how you present it.
It's your perspective. But yeah.
Shade. Palm trees. It's her middle name.
Maybe.
Question. Do you feel like a fresh relationship should celebrate Valentine's Day? Like if I met you around January 15th, should I still have to get you a gift? Like we still fresh, shorty. Should I still have to? Should I be obligated as the guy to get you a gift? Like
it
I don't
depends.
even really know you yet.
I'm gonna say this. It depends on the relationship.
Okay, it's
because case by case. Because if you could meet, say if I met you January 15th, that's Martin Luther King birthday, right? Hey, we got together and it was like sparks.
Love at first sight.
Yes, and things happened and, now it's a month later, February 14th,
It's my gift.
Things might happen. I might be,
I think it's about maybe what.
You unwrap my gift, my.
What if you haven't unwrapped my gift yet? And
I'm saying it depends. That's it depends. I think that depends on the man.
What depends on the man?
Whether coochie is a gift or not. If you celebrate Valentine's Day, can you give your man coochie as a gift? And I think it depends on the man, because I really feel like, for me, any man that I have dated would be happy to get coochie on Valentine's Day.
Maybe it depends on whether that box is good or not.
And it definitely does, because he might be like, man,
I want that little, that ain't no gift.
They ain't.
It depends on the guy.
I said you.
He said the same thing I said.
No.
Why not? You don't get nothing else?
I get that dirty box every day.
Wow, now it's no. He loved to lie on camera though. He's like, I want he probably want a candle.
Because this is dark, because it's down here. But
Oh, you gonna do that?
I'm gonna plug this one out, but I don't. You need to have a box.
Oh.
There you go. Oh, in a box.
Mm-hmm. But you'll take that as a gift for your birthday every year. He's a dummy. Don't listen to what he say.
What did they keep?
Dummy number 2.
Okay.
He'll take it for a gift for his birthday, but not Valentine's Day. The holiday he don't celebrate anyway.
Exactly. So if you're gonna do it big. Short me.
But short you on your birthday.
It's not short me on my birthday.
Right.
Okay. All right. There y'all go.
Thank you so much.
All right.
When you coming back?
Never.
All right. So, does the gift giving process determine how much a person loves you or not?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I feel like if a person, because that's basically like saying, so they give you something that costs $8 versus $80, or is it the cost, or just saying it could?
I think it may have been the time and the time and attention you put into the gift. Okay. Determine whether they, and I don't even know if it's necessarily whether they love you or how much they love you or how much they care. I think when we was talking about it, it was more so like, it doesn't have to be a significant amount of money that's spent on the gift, but at least some thought that went into the gift. Like if you're going to get me something personal. Mm-hmm. If I know your favorite color green, I'm going to get you something that's green. I'm not going to go out here and get you something that's pink.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that thought that goes into it. I feel like people look at Valentine's Day or any day, or when they go to buy gifts, as I gotta buy something expensive. And it don't necessarily have to be nothing expensive. It gotta be something that you put some time and some thought into. I feel like that's what makes a great gift.
No, I agree. Because I don't like cards.
Yes,
so, and I feel like somebody that knows me or don't go waste your $3, $4, $5 on a card, because I'm gonna take it, throw it in the trash. I might not even read it.
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'll at least read y'all cards. I'll read y'all cards. I tell
everybody close to me, I don't like cards. It's just paper that I got. And then if I don't, and then like Brittany one year asked, she gave me something for my birthday. Well, where the card at? I threw it away. Oh, you wasn't gonna keep it? Just because you keep cards for 5 years, I'm gonna throw it away.
Do anybody keep cards?
I used to keep my children's cards when y'all used to make me stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
I kept stuff like that. It was personal. But if you go in the store and pick up a $3 card that said something that somebody else made up for me, I'm going to throw it away. It doesn't really mean that much to me.
Right.
But if you show up and you got like 10 $5 puzzles, I'm going to be ecstatic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a meaningful gift
right.
went to exactly what you like. It paired with you. Exactly. It didn't have to be expensive.
It don't.
You like wine and puzzles.
Wine and puzzles and some chocolate.
Now you add extra stuff on there now.
I mean, because think about it. None of that is that expensive. You could do that.
Either way, I'm not responsible for getting her a gift, so it doesn't matter. What happens when you meet your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, and they don't celebrate the holiday? More so if you're a woman meeting a man that does not celebrate the holiday. Then what? Like, how do you... I think it's a little different for us being as though we don't celebrate it now. So I feel like a lot of these questions are like, okay. But trying to look at it from when I did celebrate it, it would have been weird. Like, okay, so for me, I feel like everything got to be explained. Like, why not? Like, if there's a good reasoning behind why we're doing this, I can go with it. As the man in my life, as the leader in my life, if you do like, well, I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. And I say, well, why not? And then you give me a good reason on why you don't celebrate it. Oh, okay, cool. You can go with that. But if you be like, I just never celebrated it.
Right.
What?
And I feel like if you meet somebody that don't celebrate Valentine's Day and y'all have a conversation, and if the conversation doesn't go your way or you still just like, nah, you need to just go on and get out of that relationship. Don't think you can change that person because he's not the person for you. Because see, what we'll do, we're going to celebrate, or we're going to force the person into something that they don't want to do. So now you find yourself in a relationship where you're trying to change somebody that's not meant for you. This is what you want and he don't. So have the conversation, communication. He say no, you say yes. Y'all ain't meant for each other.
Amen.
Plain and simple.
Well, that's a little bit of all I got.
Well,
for Valentine's Day. I don't celebrate it. I'm happy for all the lovers out there that celebrate Valentine's Day. I also feel like it's a money thing.
Yeah.
It's another way to get your money. It's another way to go out and spend money that you probably don't have.
Right.
To be able to wow your girlfriend this one day. Because why is it that it's just that one day? And then we go all out so they can feel loved on that one day.
Right.
That's why I say I encourage men to romanticize your woman all throughout the year. That does not mean every day, but at least romanticize your woman throughout the week, throughout the month. That way, Valentine's Day is not even something she thinks about when everybody else does. It's like, okay, that's nice for y'all. I'm glad y'all got y'all one day. I don't want one day. Like, would you prefer to have just that one day or 365 days?
Right. Or even split that in half. Whatever. My thing is, if you're going to celebrate Valentine's Day, fine. You have 364 days. You should not be stopping on the side of the road. And this is no shade to people that set up tables on the side of the road with the teddy bears.
No, they're the people. They're the good people. They're the smart people. The people that setting the tables up.
They are very smart.
People.
Exactly.
I'm gonna start setting the table up because I know y'all still gonna go out there and celebrate.
Right.
I'm about to set a table up too. I'm gonna make some money off of it.
Oh yeah, I think that they're very smart. But women know. Now there are some women that are okay with it because they're basic. You know, he stopped on the side of the road right before he came home and got you a $10 teddy bear. You know, that's something I probably would expect from like my son or something, not my man. No, you had all year to figure this out.
Ample amount of time.
If he waited to the last minute, can it really matter? Do it really matter? Do you really matter on that day? Or is he, I know this is what she want, so let me go ahead and do it. So he's not even happy anyway because he's been forced into celebrating and doing something he don't want to do, but he know he can't come home empty-handed or you're going to have an attitude. So at the end of the day, I feel like it needs to be mutual and the love needs to be real for it to actually feel like something. If it doesn't, don't be out there forcing love that ain't really love. Plain and simple.
She said it, not me.
Yep.
Well, I guess that concludes our Valentine's Day segment of the dressing room. And show us some of y'all outfits. I know people get real dressed up for Valentine's Day. You know, let us know what y'all putting on. Let us see what's going on. And
Let us know what y'all think about the new name in the comments.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
drop your comments. And be sure to tell a friend to follow, subscribe, like, comment, share. Hit the bell so you'll be notified. Remember that we're going to be dropping an episode each and every Sunday at 5 o'clock. And that's all I got.
Yeah, and the last thing I wanted to say, just in case somebody asks again, the name of this wine is called Romance. It's a sweet red wine, and you can get it from Cooper's Hawk. And no, we're not sponsors or nothing like that. We just love the wine, and we're just letting you know where you can go get you some really good wine.
Amen. Amen. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the like button, comment, and we will see you all on the next episode. I thought you put your middle finger.
Not.